well done, great to see. And looking to our second place as we go to Oliver. Good fun out there?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, what's your favourite part?
The big battle with another motorbike.
All right, having the bikes, yeah, well done, well done. Here we are with young Ben. How's this for a start, folks? Man, oh man, he's really flying, this young man. You enjoying it out there?
Yeah, definitely. It's hot track, so you can push quite a bit in the corners.
Push in the corners, well done. There we go, let's hear it. There they are, our KO Mini GP Grand Prix. Well done, and thank you, back to you, Brad.
All right, thank you very much, Neil, and wonderful scenes there in our Supersport 150 podiums. Absolutely brilliant. We've got a thriller on the cards here, magical 10-lap Pro Twin, Super Twin, and our F3 race, and it is on at the front. Absolutely brilliant. We've got no start for Cormac Buchanan, maybe with the two big 600 Supersport races. He's parked up the Moto3 for the day, so that's going to leave Carl Hooper, the best of the rest in Formula 3, but at the moment it's a good old tussle with a couple of our super twin boys. This is going to be breathtaking. Out of the Christchurch Casino Carousel and on the way to the Southern Salvage, that might be Benno Rosendale out in front. Look at that. Benno Rosendale on the Pro Twin entry. He's leading Johnny Lewis into the Southern Salvage Ashes. Then you go back, we've got a good start, Luke Ryder, as well as they jostle position. This is breathtaking, and we've got in the commentary box a former national Pro Twin champion, someone having a wild ride there. SJ Cavell, welcome to the show, and this is going to be on here.
Oh, hey, look, great start to the day here. Fantastic day here at Euromark Motorsport Park in Ruapuna. And yeah, Nick Sutherland, bit of a trip across the grass there. Tried to make a move heading into the dipper there, and couldn't quite make it stick. Ran off the track there, but electrifying start effort, Ben Rosendale. That's a fantastic effort considering the machinery that he's riding against. It's an older model SV650 bike, and he's up against the modern Aprilia RS660, and he's still continuing to lead this race, which is an outstanding effort. But Benno Rosendale, a seasoned Pro Twin competitor, I know from racing against him myself that Benno's a fierce competitor and certainly knows how to get the very best out of an SV650. He was always a very, very hard man to race against, but a very clean and fair man to race against also. Really enjoyed racing with him. So out of the heap, and Benno Rosendale still continues to lead, and I think that's Johnny Lewis in second on the first of the Super Twin bikes. Kevin Goddard, a good showing for Kevin Goddard in third place, all the way from Dunedin, the Race Supplies New Zealand man, who's actually one of our meeting sponsors, Brad. It's great to see Kevin and his Race Supplies team up here. And it looks like in fourth place, Carl Hooper, as we're heading into the Christchurch Casino Carousel for the second time, Brad.
All right, here it is out of the carousel. Benno Rosendale, former national Pro Twin champion, loves his Pro Twin racing, and he is very accomplished at it. Johnny Lewis, I think you'll find in two different classes, Johnny just a wise old ride, doesn't need to try anything big and bold. He's leading his class quite comfortably there, so but he wise man, Johnny Lewis, he leads the Super Twin class. Kevy Goddard, like SJ touched on, what a show from Kevy this morning. He's turned up to play, and then Carl Hooper, who has had his fair share of problems with that machine over the last couple of meetings there. SJ crashed at Cemetery Circuit, and then a bit of a mishap here in qualifying yesterday, but a superstar on the rise there, Carl Hooper in F3 Racing.
Yeah, definitely, yes. Carl's a very talented rider, and you know, 3 classes at Suzuki Series for him, which was very, very busy, but he you know, took out the F3 title for Suzuki Series, also taking out the Pre-89 Formula 1, so he had a really good Suzuki Series out of Taupo, the young rider. So he's in 4th position, and he's hunting down Kevin Goddard. But look, you know, a mix of classes out here in this race. We've got the Pro Twin bikes, which is the older model twin-cylinder race bikes, and then we've seen Aprilia bring out this RS660, which is predominantly making up the new Super Twins class that we've got. So obviously from a motorcycle New Zealand point of view, we're trying to see these classes grow and continue into the future, and so it's all about the evolution and how we manage that. So that's the Super Twin class has been brought in as an evolution class. This is the first year that it's actually recognised as its own standalone class. So yeah, those are the first of the 2 classes out here, and then also we've got Formula 3, which is you know, a class from way back. It used to be called Superlight as well, but more so for bikes, you know, the guys that are tinkering in the sheds and sort of, you know, making things themselves, and sort of the backyard, you know, the real grassroots stuff, Formula 3, smaller capacity bikes. And we look like Carl Hooper on that fantastic little RS125 GP frame with a 450 motocross engine in it, and what a machine that is. And he's close right up onto Kevin Goddard. Now Kevin Goddard's got some work on his hands here, Brad.
Absolutely he does, yeah, Carl Hooper. Two different classes there, so and again, Carl probably doesn't need to try anything drastic, but he knows he's got superior corner speed on that lightweight machine. As we tick off another lap, and yeah, I'll take my hat off to everyone at Motorcycle New Zealand, everyone who's been a big part of Pro Twin and Super Twin racing, SJ. Great that we can move with the times, but still honour some of the legendary performances, like the guys like Phil Munton, 10th place in SV 650 Glory. So, you know, you can keep those awesome Pro Twin guys there. You can also move with the times, and I think it's fabulous that we've got to where we've got to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not easy trying to integrate a new class with new bikes, and you know, you get a little bit of resistance from some people, and then other people are quite welcoming. So finding that balance of keeping everyone happy is pretty hard, but I think, you know, we've managed to do a reasonable job. As we see Carl Hooper, he's got up the inside of Kevin Goddard, so he's made that move stick into third now, so that's Carl Hooper onto the podium positions. But still, out front, Johnny Lewis, he's actually got past Benno Rosendale, he's wore him down. He's finally worn Benno down, and he's got past, heading into the Christchurch Casino Carousel. So as Brad, you said before, Johnny Lewis, he's a seasoned campaigner. He's no mug, and he's a great rider out of Nelson, I believe, or Motueka, Brad, is it?
Yep, yeah, the Tasman area, yeah, Mahana there. So yeah, no, he's a top man, all right. Unfortunate circumstances last year. He had a crash at the Invercargill Street Race where it sidelined the remainder of his season at the midway point, and
was right in contention, Brad.
Yeah, he was right there, ready to go.
Yep.
And so he's hungry. He come to the North Island looking to circulate and get some points, building nicely, and he ended up winning every race of the Suzuki International Series. So Johnny Lewis has come to play this year in the Super Twins. He leads out of the sweeper. He'll tick off yet another lap, and we will have 6 to go. So we're getting through these laps well and truly now. So the 54 leads. Then you've got Benno Rosendale on the 65. That is a good showing from Benno. He's there. And then you go back to Carl Hooper. So you got 1, 2, 3, SJ, all 3 different classes. How cool is that? That we get our 12 strong field here, and the 3 classes intertwining very, very nicely.
Yeah, no, this is great to see. Like you say, the different classes out here all together. But look, we're a little way off lap record pace at the moment. We're still, you know, the Formula 3 class record around here, the 136.9. That is absolutely outstanding. That's from Nathaniel Diprose back in 2018. I believe that would have been on a 600 with a piston taken out of it, Brad, a 450 super.
One of those Gavin Beltmire machines. That was a rocket ship.
Absolutely, it's just lightning fast on that thing. You know, super rider, super talented, Nathaniel Diprose. The Pro Twin 650 Pro Twin lap record was a 137.9. Bailey Puritan. I remember I nearly broke that lap record. I was only, you know, a few thousandths off that. I think I was 38.0 on qualifying a couple of years ago. So I was, you know, I was nearly there, Brad, but not quite. Bailey Puritan, he was a weapon on a Pro Twin machine back in the day. That was that lap record stands from 2016. So that's an 8-year-old lap record from Bailey, and. Look, you know, I think the track's probably not quite there at the moment. I mean, I've spoken to a few riders, and there's a few bumps, especially into the last corner. The boys are saying that the last corner's got a little bit, you know, a few more bumps in it than it did last time we were here. So that's probably, you know, just use from the cars and that sort of stuff. They start to, you know, as the track gets older, and it's
a big bit of drama unfolding here. Carl Hooper. Carl Hooper's he's had to pull in. He's got serious bike troubles. We talked about how we had a bit of problem. We had a crash at the cemetery circuit. They've rebuilt the bike, and they come out here, and it cut out on him and threw him off in qualifying. So I think he's just chasing gremlins, and that can happen when you do crash your bike.
Shaking up the podium, Brad. So
Absolutely.
Now Kevin Goddard back onto the podium. So Kev, he's back on the podium. Nick Sutherland in 4th, and Luke Ryder in 5th position there on the TR20 machine. So then we go back to number 21, Simon Lawrence. He's on a 600 Honda with the piston taken out, so a 450 machine for him. And then looking back to the rest of the Pro Twin boys, Joshua Double, Philip Munt, and Lance Double. So the father-son duo are out there, the doubles, local lads, really nice guys. Just love getting out here and riding their Pro Twin bikes around. So it's great to see those boys, you know, here with the best of the best from around the country. It's good to see the local guys mixing it up. So yeah, we've ticked off 5 laps, Brad. So we're getting through this one.
halfway through right now. 5 laps gone, 5 to go. Johnny Lewis leads in the Southern Salvation. Benno Rosendale hasn't let him run away though. He is right there in second place, the leader of our 650 Pro Twin class. And then Kevy Goddard as well. He's on good consistent pace as well. He's getting chased hard by Nick Southerwood, who he's having a pretty good weekend. Had a grass track excursion early doors, but he's getting well into his work now.
He's made up good ground there. He's actually, you know, from that off-track excursion, he was a long way back. So, you know, looking at lap times, and he's, you know, he's just slightly quicker. In the last lap, he was 0.4 of a second quicker than Kevin Goddard. So he's eking into that gap that Kevin's got. So Kevin, poor old Kev, he'll be getting tired about now, I reckon. So Kev will be wanting everyone to see that white flag, but he's doing a great job in third position, Kevin Goddard. Actually, like, great to see him on that new bike. I think it's good, sort of rejuvenated Kevin Goddard a bit. It's given him a new lease of life, and it's great to see him out there riding so well. One of our championship sponsors, Race Supplies, supplying so many parts and go fast bits for all these guys in the paddock, and also a lot of you know, like road riding guys as well, and not just the race guys. He supplies to the masses of the public. So yeah, but looking out of the hip, and Benno Rosendale still in second place on the KIP Racing SV650. SV650, great race bike, great class that we've had, you know, throughout the years. That bike's been a real stalwart of the Pro Twin Championship. You know, there was other bikes involved in it. You know, there was the Kawasaki ER6 and a few others over the years. There was a higher sunk twin as well that ran in the class. But predominantly, it's been the year, and also the Yamaha, that you're riding on, the Yamaha MT-07 that came in later years. But the SV has been, you know, it's been the go-to bike for the class for so many years. And having ridden there's 3 generations of the SV650. So the first generation, which was a carburetted machine. And then they brought out the later model ones, become fuel injected. The second generation, which was a sort of a solid aluminium frame, and then the third generation bike, which was the one that I rode, was like a trellis type pipe framed bike. So I rode both. I rode the generation 2, I rode the generation 3, and I found that the generation 2 bike actually got off a corner better. You could actually accelerate harder and get a better drive with that bike, and maybe it's just the way that chassis was, the solid, more aluminium used in that chassis, and maybe it flexed it better and allowed it to drive out of a corner better. And then I found the newer generation bike, the pipe trellis frame, that bike was far better on corner entry. So you know, both bikes sort of, you know, although they're very similar, they did have their differences. But you know, great bikes to race, so competitive, and it's with an awesome bike really. And as we look there to see Nick Southerwood, he's made that ground on Kevin Goddard, and he's made the pass into turn 4. Kevin Goddard trying to make that ground back up, but that's a great ride from Nick Southerwood to come from behind. He's made up the ground on Kevin Goddard, and he's got that job done. So Nick Southerwood enjoying also a new lease of life on the Aprilia RS660, Brad.
Absolutely, that's a great move into the hairpin. He did well there. So he come from a wee way back, but neat and tidy, nice and smooth, made the apex, and we have a updated podium. It's Johnny Lewis leading the Super Twins now. We've got Nick Southerwood will be second in class, third in the race. Kevin Goddard relegated to third, but still hanging on to a comfy podium spot. You got Ben Rosendale, former national champion. He'll be loving this. He is in second in the race, first of the Pro Twin boys home. You got Joshua Double and Phil Martin. That's actually a full-on battle for the podium in 8th and 9th place. And then you've got the sole F3 runner remaining, Simon Lawrence, out there, and he's running in 6th place as we tick off even more
points for that. He's going to take full victory points for that one, Brad.
Maximum.
Yep. Good on him. Good on him. Great to see the local lad out here doing well.
Yeah, how good is F3 too? I mean, we always get good numbers at the Suzuki International Series,
yep.
and you get good numbers at the Burt Munro Challenge as well. They love F3 racing down that way. And
you just see some cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, just some bikes that are really, you know, like I say, the guys have been tinkering in the shed, with like, right, we'll shoehorn this engine into this frame, and you just end up with some, you know, some real Frankenstein type bikes, but man, they're cool.
Well, you go and have a look at that 600 where they've dropped the cylinder to make it a 450, so effectively it's a triple 450 eligible for it. That was revolutionary, nothing like that in the world.
Amazing.
And
real
Aussie, exactly, Aussie Performance did it. There was a few different ones. Some had a sleeve, and others had a gap, and different configurations of the end result. But more importantly, just getting there to do that, realising that, hey, you've then got a bike with a chassis with proper brakes, performance, the whole thing, and a safe bike. So what a cool thing to do. So loving the opportunity to be all part of it.
I mean, I think, you know, the thing with like the Pro Twin bike, Neil, is that they're designed by Suzuki the SV650 as a commuter bike. They're never designed as a race bike. And then we go and, you know, we want to race them and we do these modifications to them. They don't really like it, to be honest. So, like you say, the 600 type bikes are more designed as a race bike. So when you do that, you take the piston out, you get a great little race bike.
The other feature of it is, I remember the SV650s came out at the time of the famous Tim Gibbs, RIP Tim, late Suzuki series of the 90s, and the SV650 came out. Suzuki's first 14 bikes they had, 8 of them were sold to ladies as well, because all of a sudden there was a bike that people could actually fit into. Like, I really did want the opportunity. If I was ever going to go racing, the SV650 was a bike for an SA like myself. So you know, there's so many other things that they've been great for. So this
and
Pro
they
Twin,
are a great road bike.
Yeah.
I know guys that have ride them on the road, and they're just so user friendly.
Yeah.
So but like I say, not designed for racing, so not the ideal race bike, but still a great, fun, competitive bike. And ticking off the laps, Brad.
Yeah, we have got one to go. Half a lap to go, really. You got Johnny Lewis. He has done a fantastic job. Once he got out in front, he's in the Fulton Hogan S's, so he's just been so neat and tidy. And no one with the commentator's curse on him, but he does look like a rejuvenated Johnny Lewis this year, SJ.
Oh, absolutely. But so it's just great to see Johnny out here. He has family here, so it's family environment down there in the pits with Johnny. So good on him. And like you say, Brad, so disappointing for him last year with the troubles he had. So it's great to see him out here with a strong campaign, and he's coming into the Southern Salvage S's now. Just a few more corners to negotiate for Johnny, and he'll take out the win in the first race here for the Super Twin class on Sunday morning. A beautiful Sunday morning down here in Christchurch. It's going to be an absolute scorcher this afternoon, Brad. Make sure you slip, slop and slap out there, people, because that sun's vicious.
This is going to be a good, nice day here at Euromark Motorsport Park. But right now, we're going to celebrate this one in style. He has been absolutely breathtaking so far this summer. He came to the North Island and won every race there. He won the race here yesterday. He carries on this amazing streak of dominance in our Super Twin lineup. Congratulations to Johnny Lewis. Grabs a checkered flag and wins race number 2 for the weekend. Ben Rosenau, he's turned up to play here now as well.
Fantastic effort from Benno there, Brad.
Brilliant stuff. He'll come home and win this Pro Twin outfit. And then Nick Southerwood, one of the rides of the weekend, you'd have to think, SJ. He comes through in second place.
He'll be ecstatic with that. That's a great to have that off-track excursion in the first lap, and then make up all that ground and come back onto the podium. That is a fantastic ride. But also in class on the podium, Kevin Goddard. Well done to Kevin Goddard. That's an awesome result for him. Coming across the line in 4th position for the Super Twin class is Luke Ryder from the TR20 team. And then he'll be followed across the line by Simon Lawrence, the first of our Formula 3 competitors. So congratulations to Simon Lawrence for a win in the F3 competition. And we're just looking, coming out of the dipper now, the Southern Salvage S's dipper. We've got one of our Super Twin bikes, and that will be Rob Edwards on the Aprilia RS660. So the last of the competitors finishing off this lap now. But look, that's a great Formula 3 Pro Twin race, Brad. It's sort of heading in the direction that we want today, because we're going to see some fantastic racing here at Ruapuna Park.
And something a little bit special for me is in 9th place in the race, he'll round out this Pro Twin podium. Phil Munt, I call him the godfather of Pro Twin racing. What this man's done for Pro Twins in the country cannot be understated. So that'll be a just desserts for a legendary man there, SJ.
Oh yeah, hey, Phil does a lot for the class. He's one of those ambassadors for the sport, and he's always trying to, make sure the numbers are on the grid. He rings around and tries to rally the troops, and it's a bit disappointing they haven't had the numbers that they would like down here in the South Island. But I think it's just a bit of a sign of the times, Brad, that things are a little bit tight for a few people out there at the moment, and unfortunately the disposable income sometimes, the racing suffers for it. So hopefully we can see a turnaround in the next few rounds and into next season as well. But that's a great race, and Brad, we'll be looking for another great race for them this afternoon in the heat.
Oh yes. All right, so we're going to cross down to Neil, who will wrap that the 3 podiums to get through the 650 Pro Twin, the Super Twin and the F3, brought to us by Clarkson's Electrical and Property Management. So we are going to now go down to Neil.
Hey, I don't know whether we have got Kev, so we'll start with that on our podium. Sorry, this is another good example of trying to get in our multiple classes. First of all here, we'll go to second here with our new Super Twins. Just let's wait for that one. And well done here today to Nick, mate. You and this new bike, you've got a love affair going on, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing bike. You know, if it wasn't for Lee Pullen and Kip Racing, this bike would not be how it's going. He's made it into an amazing machine. I'm just a passenger, Neil.
Passenger. That's a good way of looking at it. Good way of looking at it, indeed. And speaking about passengers, no way this man is. Johnny Lewis bouncing back from the Burt Munro crash last year. There's a good chance you might be able to do a full season this time, Johnny.
Oh, I hope to, mate. Yeah, I'm really trying pretty hard, to be honest. So it'd be nice to just to get one away. So yeah, just want to give a shout out to the kids at home, Valentino, Rocco and Harper, because they're lighting it up in the lounge watching Ctas. So it's terrific to have Ctas, man, and they're coming next weekend, so I can't wait. And shout out to Kip Racing, man, he's just unbelievable, help me out.
Well done there. Thank you, guys. Well done. Super Twins there. All right, quickly here now for our Pro Twins. We'll have Ben up keen just to go to all of our Pro Twin lineup. We'll be looking through here. And mind, of course, we've got those 2 classes to do for our Pro Twins. Here we are, just to make sure we go one better on that. And looking out. Yeah, that's better. Good work. Thank you, Phil. Look at those awesome ballet shoes you got on there, mate. You're doing a bit of dancing out on the track there.
Oh, probably better at dancing and riding bikes at the moment.
Hey, how's Ruapuna this morning?
Oh, lovely, mate. I love coming down here from up north. Fantastic track. I'd love to be down here more to race. It's a great track.
Well done. Beautiful words. Thank you, Phil. Loving it. Lance, how's that? Cool, feeling good?
It's the other one.
Oh, sorry, it's the other one. Josh, of course it is, Josh.
I always beat my father, so.
Oh, hey, I want to get out of here. There could be war coming up next. Hey, how's Ruapuna for you this morning?
Oh, it's hard work, isn't it? It's my home track, but it still gives you issues on the body, and I'm young, but it's just hard work. I'm still pumped.
I'm still pumped. Hey, welcome back, Ben. You're down these ways now, so enjoy being here in Canterbury.
Yeah, loving it, mate. Cheap track days, Motorcycle Canterbury's awesome. They put on pretty good events, and loving it here. And just like to say massive thanks to Lee Paulin at Kip Racing. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. He prepares the bikes perfectly, and we just get to go out there and have fun on them.
That is awesome, so well done. I'll stand back, and there's your podium, ladies and gentlemen. The return of Pro Twins back again. Well done. Cool. Thank you, guys. And we had our one competitor from that last race today for Simon. So come on up, Simon. What's that? You did win, mate.